Hi, hi, friends. I need to go grab my water. Hold on. All right. Maga Supreme here, coming at you guys with a Sacred Sunday reading. Um, for this Sacred Sunday, uh, well, let's engage in my ritual. For those of you who don't know, Sacred Sunday is where I spend the time to connect to divine source for a message, for a channel message. Usually with my pick a card readings and things of that nature, I channel usually from angelic, cosmic, spirit guides, ancestors energy. But Sacred Sundays is the day where I go directly to the source, or as I usually say, to the horse's mouth. Uh, Sacred Sunday is definitely the heart of my channel, and it is the signature reading of my channel. Um, Even though lately a lot of people might think it might just be spirit guide messages, which is fitting, but no. Sacred Sunday is the heart of my channel. It is my signature. It is my thing. So now that my ritual is out of the way, uh, one of the biggest things that I have to tell you guys is that I actually haven't slept yet. I honestly haven't been asleep yet. It's because I've been working overnight. Now my body is kind of in tune to sleeping in the mornings, and I'm just up all night. So usually for Sacred Sunday, I'm usually asleep. I usually sleep the day before, and I usually get a dream or something like that. That's usually my indicator that it's going to be a really powerful Sacred Sunday. But since I didn't sleep, I just had to settle for deep meditation. But as I was Grand Rising, I haven't either. High DNA, no sleep gang. Um, yeah, usually today I haven't really done anything except deeply meditated. I was in meditation for I think over almost like an hour. Well, it wasn't almost for about a good hour and a half, almost an hour 45. Um, but yeah, there's a myriad of messages that really wanted to come out. I just settled with calling this authenticity, but I feel like when I start pulling cards, a bunch of different things are going to come out. So I think I should tackle at least some of the things that I feel like might really be talked about today. One of the biggest things that I feel like is going to come out, and I'm going to just mention this first, is about following your intuition. One of the biggest things that's really been like trying to be impressed upon me through all my messages and signs is the fact that I should pay attention to my messages and signs. I should really honestly learn to trust them a lot more than what I have been lately. Um, I feel everything on a deep level, but me not being so used to feeling like I'm more of a logical kind of person, and that's where I'm trying to like really shift away from. Me not really being much of a filler, I can very easily disregard, very easily brush off like my deep intuitive nudges, and try to look for empirical proof instead of just relying on my intuition to be like my end all be all, which is where my guys have really been trying to push me, and why I've been getting such boost in my intuition so I can trust it more. One of the biggest things that's really been happening in my life, and which is funny because it's been coming out in all of my readings, is around love and relationships, and really learning to allow my intuition to guide me in that area. Um, I was supposed to be going on a date either Friday or Friday, but I was so excited for it because we planned for it earlier in the week, but I honestly truly couldn't like get excited about the date because something in me was like he's gonna cancel. You already know you've been through this song and dance with this person, because this is someone that I've been talking to for quite a while now, since maybe like August, September. We're coming up on like a year of like talking on and off, and his habit is like, come in, try to woo me over with such sweet words. Luckily, I'm immune to that now, but I have a heart where I give people chance after chance after chance. And my intuition has told me, like, you need to move on. Like, honestly, truly, move on. Like, this guy comes around all the time just to waste your time. Listening hard, your first video, and says, glad we could relate. Yes, DNA. See, I'm glad people are coming in and just relating. I haven't talked to you yet, so you're definitely a new face, but I'm glad to see you nonetheless. What was I saying? Yeah, trusting my intuition. There was so I made a bet with myself, and this is me thinking more empirically. Even though I knew deep down this was going to happen, I told myself that if he actually postpones and cancels on me Friday, I'll know for sure that this guy isn't the one for me. Like, this guy isn't, he not serious. He trying to cap my head up. He trying to twist me around. Even though, like, I felt it intuitively, I need a stronger sign. Friday comes, I don't hear from him all day. So I finally like text him like, so what are we doing? And he was like, oh, and he's pretty wealthy. He has a lot of projects, a lot of things that he's doing. He's a very busy man, but he told me, oh, one of my there was a fire at one of my tenants' place. I'm working really hard to get them relocated. It's been a nightmare. Yada yada yada. I promised my kids that I was just going to spend the night with them and order out. I made so many different promises for the day, and excuse after excuse, which is kind of like his thing. Excuses, excuses, excuses. Snapcap hard. I don't know what Snapcap means. I don't know what that means. Um, it's just like excuses, 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 and like I knew it. So I gave him the option. He was like, "Oh well, how about you just pick where we go tonight for Friday?" And I'm like, "Okay." Well, how about this place and yada yada yada. And he's like, "Well, maybe we can just do tomorrow." So I told him, like, if we're going to do tomorrow, I'm not planning it. You need to take the initiative. He said, okay, tomorrow it is. Saturday comes. Didn't talk to me all day. All day. I finally text him later. And guess what? With his kids at the mall, doing all this, doing all that. And then when I finally like say, well, did you forget about me? He tried to go with the sweet words again. All this to say that my intuition was right. And instead of just looking for empirical evidence and just because I am going to get the empirical evidence, but instead of just like doing that over and over again, I could have saved myself so much time if I just believed myself. And I feel like that's a message for a lot of you people. Just believe yourself. Like, whatever it is that you intuitively feel in your gut, don't allow other people to try to play in your energy or play in your face and just try to like portray themselves as something that they're not. They try to just cast shadows at you. You don't have to fall for those shadows. You don't have to do anything like that. Trust your gut. And the next message I have is about authenticity, or it was the other thing that was coming up. Because before I got on here, I was in the middle of a conversation with another person, someone that was kind of vying for my attention and vying for my time. A Norway guy, and yeah, see, I don't know anything about a Norwegian man, but I can probably understand it, like just the time wasting and the excuses as to why they can't give you a very simple thing. Only thing I ever ask from this person is just show up. Just be there. Like, hey, like I don't have like big expectations. It's just that, if we're supposed to see each other, follow through on your commitment. Don't just talk a good game. Back up your talk. And I am a man of action. Like, if you can serenade me with all the sweetest words in the world, and the only thing I'm gonna say is all that sweet. Now let's see it. Okay, now let's see the receipts. Cause I strongly believe a man isn't defined by his words but by his actions. I am a person who lives by my actions. because my words align with my actions. And I expect that out of other people. It might be unreasonable, but I expect other people to be about what they say because I walk my talk. And I make sure I tell you guys this every time I'm on here reading. I don't just get on here and tell you guys things that I don't practice and do in my own life. I walk my talk. I speak from experience more often than not, except when I just start channeling certain messages. But now, whatever. But for the most part, I speak from experience. But authenticity. Was talking to someone else and he was trying to give me dating advice, and I'm like, I don't need dating advice. Like, I don't need tips on how to date because one, I have spirit guides for that. They talk to me about that stuff when I ask them. I've already gotten really good advice. But the fact of the matter is, the things he was telling me was like more so go against my own nature, go against myself. Trying to butter himself up. Like, oh, you have other connections that you're not exploring. Now I'm like, other connections where? Tell me something that I don't know. Just some don't know. Some. Exactly. It's not unreasonable. This I had to tell him, like, tell me something that I don't know. Like, if you're doing all this jibber jabber about what it is that I should be doing, about how I have connections and how I shouldn't just be looking for someone in the physical. I've always dated I've always dated people for their personality, for their vibe, for the way that they make me feel. And I never really dated. Well, there was only one person that I dated that I was actually very physically attracted to, and funnily enough, that was one of my longer lasting relationships and one of my happier ones. But don't don't let other people try to project their bullshit on you. Like, I swiftly and immediately rejected all of his notions and all of his ideas about what he think I should be doing with my dating life. Stand your ground with people, because a lot of times people will try to make it seem like you're the odd one out, and you might very well be the odd one out. It's true. It's very true. You might very well be weird to the people around you, but weird is beautiful. Okay, weird is unique. Weird is different. And if someone can appreciate someone that's unique, someone that's different, someone that's so full of light, then quite frankly, they don't deserve you. They don't deserve to be in your presence. They don't deserve your time. They don't deserve the gifts that you can bring. And I feel like that's something that needs to be said. Because I really feel like a lot of people, especially with just the readings that have been coming to me, the readings, the energy that's in the atmosphere, it's a lot of talk around relationships and love and dating. And even now I've been going through like my fair share of dating and love. My dating life has been pretty active recently, which after it's just been dead for quite a while. So the energy is definitely picking up in that area. And I just wanted to tell you guys that it's very important that you be authentic to yourself. Now, I want to make this distinction that being authentic to yourself doesn't mean holding strict and holding tight to certain standards that you have around dating. Like, no. It's about just really not wanting to compromise who you are as a person and as an essence, as a being. Um, One of the things that I do have to say is some people do have unreasonable standards and unreasonable expectations of other people. And if you consistently find yourself being thwarted in the dating phase before you even get to know someone or before things can even like really get rolling, then maybe might have to examine yourself. Came through right after. Wow. So yeah, you might have to really examine yourself in that regards, especially if you can't even like make it past date one with someone. And you might really have to check yourself there. It's okay to be yourself, but know when yourself is like kind of just like a person repellent. And I can't speak too much on it. Like, people, I still got my fair share of charm and allure, but when people really get to know me, that's when people start to fall away. Once they realize I'm not just a handsome face, like, I'm intelligent. I'm deep. I have different views on things that a lot of people consider standard, common, cultural. I'm very much countercultural and very much nonconformist. And that kind of energy can be a lot for people. And I understand, I respect that. And I know that limits my options. And at least in my dating pool as a gay man, I know that limits my options. I don't know how it works for women, but I know for me, my options are limited. Just simply off the fact that I am who I am. The thing about homosexual culture, don't tell anyone that I told you this. Everyone is sheep. They're sheep. They all follow the leader, follow each other. Who's more popular, who has more exposure, who looks the most handsome. If I copy that person, then surely I'll be successful too. Now, now that's very, I think that in and of itself is very indicative of like not even just like homosexual culture, but it's also a microcosm of the greater structure that exists in this world of people. Follow the leader. Who's successful? Let me copy them. Let me do their things. Let me change myself to look like whoever's leading the pack. That comes through with our beauty standards and things of that nature. I feel like I'm getting real deep. Do I really want to go there? Do I really want to talk about this? I really don't feel too comfortable talking about dating and things of that nature on this channel because it's a hot topic, and I don't, even though I don't mind being controversial and infamous, I kind of want to steer clear from that. So instead of me talking about that, I think I'm gonna cut that short and I'm gonna pull cards because you guys are gonna have me rambling and talking about my takes on culture, my takes on the way life is lived, and I don't know if I'm ready to share all of that just yet. You're water or just love cards. DNA, I don't know what you're saying. You have that writing style that always confounds me. I'm like, what is she saying? Because I feel like she's just typing her thoughts, but her thoughts are very random. Like I don't know. I don't know. I get the feeling that you're a very random person. You might be one of those weirdos I was just talking about. Well, welcome to the weirdo club, because I'm one too. All right, so let's see what we got. Queen of Hearts, water. So my shirt in the water. You know what? I'm not going to take time trying to parse this out. We're going to roll right along. I can't. I don't have enough. I didn't get enough sleep for this. Okay? I didn't get enough sleep. Okay, I guess I'm going to use this deck. I really didn't want to. I was trying to put it back. But I guess I'll use my Mystic Martian deck as well. What else should I use today? I'm staring at it, so I guess I'll grab it too. My Sacred Traveler. Perfect. So let's see what message today Father has, because I've done my talking, but I feel like I'm kind of missing the point or like missing something here. So I'm gonna shut up and I'm gonna let Father take the lead. So and do my job as a channel and as a priest. Stop getting up here, being the opening act, and let the main attraction come through. So what is it that you want to say to the people? Okay. This one. Got you. So that's one. So for the first message that I pulled 20 minutes into the video, we have never ending story, time for a nap, and message in a bottle. Now, never ending story kind of fits in line with the title of what I was talking of what I named the Sacred Sunday about authenticity. Never Ending Story talks about problems around self worth, self image, self value, and the stories that we tell ourselves that leaves us like this little fairy here, sad, heartbroken, repeating a cycle here with this hourglass here. It just seems like once the sand runs out, we flip it over and we begin to cycle anew. There's something here about that what you tell yourself. And this is very much in line with everything that I was like, almost everything that I was talking about in regards to authenticity and even the dating scene and the culture. It's time to really shift the paradigm on what it is that you say about yourself, how you view your life, and what you think. Wow, okay. Okay. It's time to become really, really clear about who you are, what you stand for, and what you believe in, and find peace, love, and contentment in who you are. That's right. To mend your self image, to mend yourself, and to mend and heal that version of yourself that you're kind of a little bit rough on. I'm feeling like I should say like that inner your inner child. There's wounds that you might have from like growing up, like maybe as a child and as a teenager. Maybe you were always, again, like I said before, looked at as the weirdo, the outcast, the fat guy, the fat chick, whatever it is. There's something near about a wound that a lot of us carry with us. For me, it's definitely the weirdo thing. I'm relatively handsome. I've always been in relatively like good shape. I'm not fit, but I was never like, ugh. But the fact of the matter is, I've always struggled with just relating to other people, with just being normal, or what I would say being human. It was always really hard for me to just like relate and to like really fall into the culture with other people. And that was actually a big source of my depression for a good 20 years. I struggled with depression for over a decade. For over a decade, I struggled with depression. But the fact of the matter is that's something that I had to address in myself. And that was something that I just had to reaffirm and fight just this morning. Just this morning I had to really reaffirm who I am to someone else. Even though I really didn't quite have to. It was more of a declaration of my power. That I choose to be different. That I am different. And I don't care if that alienates me or if I'm seen as an alien to the people at large. I chose to live my life in an authentic way that makes me happy. That's the truest expression of who I am. And I'm proud of that. And I'm the happiest I've ever been in life ever because of it. These are the kind of things that you need to tell yourself that you are who you are, that who you are is valid. And quite frankly, you might be the happiest that you've ever been now that you found some acceptance and love for yourself. With time for a nap here in the present energy, I get the feeling like right now is a lull in the action. I actually channeled this very same message on my Instagram. Um, yeah, this was my Instagram message about there's a break in the action for you to get clear about yourself, to find purpose, to really just align your energy with your path, with your purpose and who you are. Because there's a big choice and a big decision coming up ahead. If you guys follow me on my Instagram, you know what message that is, because that was literally Saturday that I posted that message, or yesterday. I guess I should say yesterday, even though I haven't slept yet. It's still hasn't clicked that today's a new day. But yes. So there's something here about needing to take a break and take a rest and really becoming clear about who you are. Maybe to help do this healing work around these stories that you told yourself, or maybe get more clear on the narrative of these stories that you told yourself, so that way you can begin to debunk them or to, more importantly, accept. And then finally, we have message in a bottle. Message in the bottle speaks of signs, synchronicities, and actually communication. I'm gonna read the oracle message because I feel like it's gonna have like something really, really powerful in there. The thing about message in a bottle, this goes back to the other message that I felt needed to come out about following your intuition. Very first thing I started talking about was that I received so many signs, so many synchronicities, and I need to pay more attention and give more heed to them. And there's something here in the message in a bottle about that as well. So I'm gonna read it. I'm being told to read the essential message, I mean, the oracle message and the love and the relationship message. So, message in the bottle. The essential meanings are communications, a sign, a kledon, which is the ancient name for a spontaneous oracle delivered innocently by the speaker, and pointing the way to your highest good. Spirit sends you signs when you ask for them. When you believe, you will receive them. And when you allow yourself to become fluent in the language of symbols, oracles, and omens. They may come to you as a bird flying by, a logo on a truck, or a song on a radio. Expect confirmation that you're pointed in the right direction. Keep your ears open, for someone might say the right thing that will give you the answer to your query. Today, your message is this: Spirit hears you, and the reply is favorable. And now for the relationship message. You can expect someone to favor you with positive news. This could be in the form of a letter, phone call, or email. You are the intended receiver of this message. So stay open to what you learn. Only good will come of it in the end. All the signs are there. The signs are all there. I feel like with me having to read that, like this goes a lot to like I said. Oh, thank you, DNA. I need some water. This goes back to a lot of the readings and a lot of the energy that I've been pulling lately around love, around someone coming in. There's an energy of you being communicated either by phone, email, or text, and someone's going to be saying something to you. I don't know why, but I feel that energy, and I'm gonna leave that there because I don't know where to go with that. But honestly, I'm gonna just take it back from the not from the love message, but from the oracle message. Listen and pay attention to the signs and synchronicities around you. If you ask for a sign, you need to be actively looking for the sign, or at least open your awareness to it. Because there's something that's getting ready to change with the poise card that was at the bottom of the deck. But poised at the bottom is telling me that you're ready. Maybe you've already done this work around your own self-worth. Maybe you're actively in the energy of taking a break, or assessing, reflecting with the time for a nap energy. And maybe you're also very clear on the signs and synchronicities that you get. You just need to choose to believe them, Keenan. Believe your signs. But the fact of the matter is that you're ready. There's something new that's beginning in your life. The signs are all there, and you're going to need all of your confidence to step into this, and you need to believe it when it happens. Believe that you're worthy and believe that you can receive it. There's something there about something really beautiful coming in for you guys, and you need to be in the energy to be able to receive it and believe it. So let's see what's going to come out of Mystic Martian Oracle. I grabbed these instinctively. I wasn't going to use them, but by the time I was taking them out the box, I was just like, okay. I see. One more. Okay, one more. Okay. So the first card that I pulled is the Golden Ratio. Now the thing about the Golden Ratio is I know that it has something to do with a scientific and mathematical concept. I think it's more so of a spiral of affinity. There's certain numbers that when they come combine together and repeat, if you plot them out, they form a spiral that goes on infinitely. And I only know this thanks to anime. Like this isn't something that I studied in myself. This is a JoJo's reference to me. This is a JoJo reference, and only my real nerds will get that saying. But the Golden Ratio speaks of beauty, nature, and patterns. There's something here in the terms of pattern. Like I said, this has a lot to do with following your signs and your synchronicities. With the with the message in a bottle and the golden ratio coming out, finding natural signs in the world and really being able to recognize and understand that pattern. I'm gonna read the golden ratio, though I don't think there's gonna be too much to gain from it, but I'm gonna read it anyway. Just so I can familiarize myself with the card. This deck is still new to me. The golden ratio or the Fibonacci sequence or the golden spiral is the self-stimulating or fractal spiral sequence that is mathematically and geometrically found everywhere in nature. I didn't know that. It is an irrational number and is represented as phi. Oh. Numerically, it's the sum of two numbers that precede it. So the sequence is 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34, 55, 89, 144, and etc. It is known as nature's secret code or nature's universal rule. As the divine connected proportions of the golden ratio concludes, the small is to be is to the large as the large is to the whole. This is so deep. The governing pattern of the golden ratio is found everywhere in nature, including harmonics. Harmonics, if you don't know, is the use of mapping sound and using sound for things of that nature. It's found in harmonics, art, shells, flowers, leaves, architecture, weather patterns, trees, human biology, and spiral galaxies. This is really interesting. The golden ratio has also been discovered on a nano and subatomic scale in solid matter. Oh. It says some extraterrestrials use their golden ratio spiral sequence symbiotically with higher consciousness for propulsion energy of their crafts to navigate interdimensional time travel. So yeah, this is deeper than just following signs and synchronicities. This is realizing that everything is connected as well. This is a sign that lets you know that things are always happening in divine order, that things are never exactly what they seem. Listen to your intuition and trust that there's something higher than you guiding you. Because like I said, I didn't know anything about the golden ratio. And I would have missed such yes, everything has vibration, frequency, and sound. I would have missed that if I didn't pay attention. Here we have the next card that I pulled was the Syrians, which is artistic integrity and honesty. Some of you guys might really identify with the Syrian star seeds. But again, with this integrity, honesty, and artistic energy, I get the sense of this authenticity. The two things that I wanted to talk about is coming out in the cards, which is funny, which is about seeing signs, following your intuition, and being authentic. The Syrians, to me, at least from what I'm getting from this, is this is all about really being yourself, allowing yourself to be expressed. This is like a more beautiful sign for me because integrity and honesty is really some of my core values in life. I always try to do the right thing even when no one else is watching. It's the kind of person that I've always have been and the kind of person that I like to be. There's something here about really just allowing yourself to be authentic and be yourself no matter what. I feel like if I read the Syrians, like I might get a little bit more. I'm sorry, I'm just doing a lot of readings. This might be a longer Secret Sunday because, like I said, I didn't sleep, so I didn't have like a clear message. So this is going to be a little bit more clumsy, so bear with me. The Syrian beings come from the brilliant and brightest star in our skies, Sirius, which is also called the dog star, which is in the Canis Major binary system, 9 light years away from Earth. The planet's name originated from ancient Greek Sirios for scorcher and is mentioned in Surah chapter 53 of the Quran titled The Mighty Star and Lord of Sirius. Ancient Egyptian goddess Saptet and later Isis was queen of Sirius. Greek goddess Sothis was also of Sirius. The sixth dimensional Syrian beings are benevolent, loyal, spiritual warriors who bear service to others. They are disciplined, reserved, and have self-mastery of healthy detachment, connection to all, and integrity. And again, it's no wonder that the golden ratio came out with this. The golden ratio is definitely about the connection that all things share: life, nature, sound, humans. Is about something that's repeating and recurring. The Syrians here have a connection today. There's definitely something there about that. They have strong ties with Mother Earth's oceanic realm. They're calm, non-political, watery, and non-confrontational, yet can defend themselves easily if need be. They value honesty and transparency and prefer symbols to words. They are lovers of music, sacred geometry, and singing. The Syrian beings, like the avian blue beings, live within the law of one principles and practices. Syrian beings visited Earth during ancient seeding projects and later worked with Egyptians. Okay. Sumerian, Inca, Mayan, and other ancient civilizations. I was just talking to my brother about this as well. Wow, okay. Ancient Mayan legends say the Syrian beings were the keeper of the 13 crystal skulls. The Syrian beings were also involved in ancient cosmic wars with the Orion Alpha Draconian Empire. The Cetacean, dolphin, whale, mermaid heritage, or the Cetacean, the cetacean, no, it could be cetacean, dolphin, whale, mermaid heritage originates from Sirius. The Syrian beings are a complex hybrid collection of species, though usually stand 6 to 7 feet tall. They have a vast array of skin colors from brown to very dark complexions to gray bluish tones. Many have large protruding brains on the upper back of their skull. The amphibian genotype of Syrian A of Syrian beings have webbed toes and fingers and a diversity of aquatic features. But yes, from all of that, what I really got was a lot. Honestly, I really do need to spend a lot more time with this deck so I can get to the point, because you just got a whole rundown of like one part of this series just from this book. But honestly, what I really got from here is a sense that maybe some of you guys really resonate with this Syrian energy. This could be something that's very, very personal for some of you guys. Someone who lives their life in service with a close connection to the spirit, to the earth, to the water. Maybe some of you guys are ocean lovers, because I'm definitely not. I'm definitely afraid of the water. But I just remember DNA. You was just read this Love Galactic and Inner Self. Good. So this is perfect. This is resonating with someone, because here I'm just like, I don't know if this is for me. I don't know if this message is for me. But everything that I'm getting here is definitely reverberating about following your intuition and being true to yourself. The last card that I pulled was the Tall Whites, which was uncertainty, distrust, and guarded. The thing about the Tall Whites is that they don't really allow too many people in. I know because I pulled this card a lot, actually. They don't really let too many people in, and they stay very guarded with themselves. This could be the energy that you're in now, if you're watching this and somehow this mess of a reading is resonating. um, the Tall Whites are actually sober me. Okay. So I know it's resonating with someone, because I remember, and I was thinking about you, DNA, when I was reading it. I was like, didn't she say something about wells? Didn't she say something about something being watery? All this random mumbo jumbo coming out into my reading. But yes, there's a element of randomness to this reading. But I feel like with the golden ratio, even though like everything might seem like it's random, underneath and lying underneath this reading is a sense of order. Is a thread that's really tying it all together. Okay. But yes, maybe you guys are really in the energy now where you're just being very guarded with yourselves and not, damn, I clogged your reading, my bad. It's all right. If your energy is permeating through my reading, then that means that, you're the one that needed the message the most. But yes, Be yourself and take pride in who you are and what it is that you bring to this world. Your artistic beauty, your differentness, your creativity. Know that there's a place for you in this universe because everything there's no such thing as an accident. Everything, no matter how seemingly random, how chaotic, how disruptive it might be, there's always an underlying order to all things. And there's even a reason and an underlying order for your existence. And I feel like that's something that you should understand. So open up more and don't be afraid to be yourself and show who you are. Because healing energies flows through you. Yes, heal the mystic healer. Mystic healer. Healing energy flows through you. Keep that in mind that your energy is very healing, very supportive for the world and for the people around you. Keep being your different self because all things have a place in this universe. All people, wow. Love flows through you and to you. Love and healing just flowing through and to all through this reading. And then in the flow at the bottom, everything is smooth sailing. There's so much here about just flow. Big water vibe here, DNA. And this really, there's something here for you. I think this is like really letting you know, like, hey, listen up. This is for you. Your heart, with the voyage of the heart, love flows through you and to you. This is really all about, like I said, allowing the person that you are to shine with integrity. Again, with honesty. Dang, full circle water. Exactly. Bro, this reading. Really allow yourself to be who you are. Your everything is going the way that it needs to go in your life. Okay, I'm a put this up last, but I know exactly what that is. Everything is flowing the way that it needs to flow in your life. Really make sure that you listen and follow your intuitive nudges because that's coming from the deepest and most authentic part of yourself. Believe in the person that you are. Believe in your worth and your value to the world and to the universe. And don't let anyone try to take that away. Your life is going the way that it is meant to go. You are flowing the way that you're meant to flow. So continue to shine and be your unique self because your energy, the person that you are, is healing to the world and to those around you who are blessed and gracious enough to receive your energy, those who are worthy enough to receive your energy. So, if you've been feeling down on yourself lately, or been feeling down about your life or who you are, it's time to expand your horizons. It's time to see your life from a different perspective, from a higher perspective with the vast vistas. It speaks of being on top of a hilltop and being able to see everything stretched before them. And look, this guy is getting ready to head and get ready to go down the path and hit onto the sea and get on a boat and go on a long journey. Flow and water is all up and through this reading. Allow your life to go the way that it needs to go because your life is going the way it needs to go. Have more faith and more confidence in yourself and be more excited about what's to come for you because you're beautiful, you're worthy, and beautiful things are coming for you just from you choosing to be yourself authentically. Like I said earlier and way earlier in this reading, was arguing with someone, not really arguing, but I had to kind of stand up for myself and reaffirm that I am on my path that I'm meant to be on. That I choose to live my life in the way that I'm living it because I believe that is right. And I am the champion of my life and of my way of life because I believe in it so earnestly. That's the energy that you need to have. Be the champion of your life. Live your life the way that pleases you and that you can be proud of. No one else, because this is all about you, your life, and your place in the universe. You matter, you are loved, and you are greatly appreciated. So, thank you guys for your time, your energy. Hopefully, this crazy, chaotic mess of a reading can really resonate with a lot of people, or it could just be for DNA. Who knows? But thank you guys so much for your time and energy, and please be blessed. Bye.